Today we're in Nabeul in Tunisia in North Africa, and we're having a look at the production of the Neroli oil and orange flower absolute that we use in quite a few of our lovely products. Both those materials, those essential oils, come from the blossoms of the bitter orange tree, and it's a pleasure to be here in this beautiful orchard. I've brought with me the lovely Louise from the High Wycombe store, and she won a competition by writing a haiku, so she's come with us today.
Potions in black pots, fragrance worth its weight in gold, modern alchemy. I'd just been on a fragrance workshop and felt really inspired by what LUSH do and how they work with the different people that they do. Everyone seems so friendly here, and Agnes was saying she's come here for quite a few years now, so there does seem to be a kind of community feel, like everyone is very welcoming to LUSH.
Our guide on this trip is Shedley, who has been supplying us for several years. So Shedley, we're here again.
Yes.
This is about the 6th year that I've come to visit.
Encore une fois, bienvenue.
Merci. Can you tell us a little bit about this orchard?
The trees here are beautiful. They are about 70-75 years old.
Okay, and how many kilos of flowers would a tree like that give every year?
It's around 30 kilos in average.
How many kilos of flowers can one person pick in a day?
In a day, a person can pick around 10 kilos, let's say.
Okay. Louise and myself are doing a bit of winnowing. We're getting all the leaves and twigs out of the flowers so that when it goes off to distillation, it's all lovely flowers giving a beautiful oil and not green matter and wood. From the flower market, we've arrived at the factory. This unit has been loaded with over a ton of flowers. Steam is being applied. It will lift the essential oil out. It will then get cooled into the unit next to it. The liquid will condense and the oil will start coming out. The first of the oil will start coming out in about an hour's time. Well worth the wait, and then we'll see the oil then. So now it's almost midnight and more flowers have kept arriving. They've all been laid out so that they don't start fermenting in the bags. And as soon as the distillation unit is free, they will be loaded in there. So it's a lovely carpet of blossoms, smelling really beautiful. The steam has now cooled down in this condensation unit. The water is coming out of the system, and more importantly, here we have the first of the Neroli oil coming out of the distillation unit. A little bit of water left, which will also be siphoned off, and we'll be left with this amazing Neroli oil. If you've ever wondered where the orange flower absolute comes from, well, it all starts here. These blossoms are put in these huge containers with solvent. They're washed with solvent. They're then put into this container and the solvent is evaporated, and at the end of the process we end up with this very waxy substance which is called concrete. This will then be taken to the factory in Tunis, washed with alcohol, and it will become the orange flower absolute. In Shedley's other factory in the capital, Tunis, we met his sister Lilia, who showed us the machinery used to process the concrete into orange flower absolute. Lilia also showed us the high level of quality control and analysis the Neroli oil and the absolute go through. This ensures that LUSH's customers get the very best quality fragrance in their products. So what does the Neroli oil look like at the end of the distillation process? To make this amount of oil, it takes 6 tons of flowers, which is 400 trees worth of blossoms. And it would take one person 600 days to gather enough flowers to make this amount of oil. And in here we have 15,000 euros worth of this precious Neroli oil. So quite impressive.
You can find Neroli oil in our therapy massage bars. They're part of the anti-insanity tonic, so they're really good for uplifting your spirits. It's also in Breath of God, which is one of our perfumes, and Breath of God always makes me feel really calm. And you can also find it in skin drink moisturiser, because neroli oil is really good for your skin, so it just helps kind of rejuvenate and makes your skin feel nice and alive again.
So obviously here we are a year after the revolution, and you know, obviously it was a difficult situation, but how are you finding things now? How is it all going for you now?
We talk about jasmine revolution.
Yeah.
Here we are in the orange,
Orange,
flower
yes.
revolution. Now after the revolution, let's say things should be better in the future. Really, we have hope, and we really believe things will be better. People are keeping to do their jobs, to their work, and they will not really problem.